In a way, except it's no more than I had. If I wanted to sound very pompous, I'd say it's the difference between being aware of privilege and taking it for granted, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sure.
She's a Davidson. I mean from my husband's side of the family.
Oh, yes.
When she was smaller, 9 or 10, she used to stay with us. Mike and I had a beach house, Bowen Heads, and we used to... Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure you'd like to go home rather than sit here listening to me reminiscing. It's been a very long day.
Please listen, it's your only chance.
No.
But Wilson made it perfectly clear.
Oh, Wilson may have talked you into it, but he's certainly not talked me into it. I will not have her on the witness stand.
All right. Now, we all got to keep calm. Taxi's got to be here. We're going to court. We're all going to stay calm.
Why are we going in a taxi?
Because I am not driving through Pico this morning of all mornings.
Oh, you look tired, Ken.
I'm all right.
Oh, it's been awful for you lately. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry for. But if you would only listen to reason...
Oh, everything's going to be fine. I have every faith in Mr. Wilson.
All right, let's go.
Have you got a clean handkerchief?
Please go on, Mr. Pryor. I am listening.
I call Mrs. Valda Warren, the wife of the deceased.
Objection. I fail to see what bearing this woman's testimony might have on the case, Your Honor.
Mr. Pryor?
My learned colleague, Your Honor, has been valiantly attempting all morning to put the dead man, Mr. Warren, on trial for rape. Since he insists on this, I think in all fairness, we should hear from the woman who lived with this fiend for 15 years.
Your Honor, the woman will simply deny that her husband could have committed any crime whatsoever.
You will have the opportunity to cross-examine, Mr. Wilson. Objection overruled. Call Mrs. Warren.
Mrs. Warren, Mrs. Valda Warren. 8 years is long enough for your daughter to have seen Mr. Warren, don't you think?
Theoretically, but she didn't. I'm sure she didn't.
Mr. Wilson, we are to hear the testimony of Sarah Roberts.
On instructions from my client, Your Honor, no, we're not.
Very well. Your witness, I think.
I've got a car over there.
Is the girl going on the stand tomorrow?
Nope.
Why not?
No comment.
Off the record, Steve. Since when are you taking on lame ducks?
What the hell do you mean by that?
What?
Reporter.
Oh, nothing.
Mrs. Catherine Roberts, the jury has found you guilty of the death of Albert Warren, but finds itself convinced, as am I, up to a point, by your counsel's defense of mitigating circumstances. Whether this man raped your daughter or not does not alter the fact that you took the law into your own hands. The vigilante spirit is a dangerous one, Mrs. Roberts. The apparatus of the law and the police force exists for our protection, and your own powerful and understandable sense of right and wrong does not excuse your action. I sentence you to 3 years in the Wentworth Detention Center. Parole to be discussed.
All rise. This court now stands adjourned.
What about appealing? Surely there'd be some chance.
We've absolutely no doubts.
look at you both.
Mom, I'm sorry. Sorry.
We're both sorry. Now, darling, I want you to take care of your father. You two are going to need each other now. Oh, let me think. All the ironing's done. There's plenty of food in the fridge and...
Kate, stop it.
3 years isn't forever.
I'll drive you home.
Catherine Angela Roberts, you were found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 3 years imprisonment, correct? Correct.
Yes.
You will be examined by the sister. You will then meet the reception committee who will explain to you the options open to you within the prison. You are permitted 1 phone call. You may also see the governor if necessary regarding any appeal you may wish to make. I'd keep an eye on this stuff, Roberts. Things do tend to disappear. Right. The officer will now take you to the showers.
How long have I got to pay, Mr. Wilson?
Whenever you're ready, there's no real rush.
Soon as I can.
Yes, well, I'll be on my way then, Mr. Roberts.
I'll get it.
Sarah.
Oh, Mr. Sutton.
Ah, bye, Sarah.
That's your lawyer?
Yeah.
Well, how'd you get on?
She got 3 years. Yeah. Oh, Sarah, hop out for a bit, will you? Frank and I have got a couple of things to talk about.
But, Dad...
Sarah.
Think it's tough, old mate?
Yeah. Well?
Didn't even think you'd be here. I saw your car out.
What's the word, Frank?
Well, I've been into the whole thing. As you know, we've got no cash in hand. We're going to lose on this Iran schmozzle.
Yeah, well, we'll have to sell off one of the properties.
Now, half a minute.
Look, I need the money.
For personal purposes.
Yeah, so?
You know the terms of our partnership, mate, is just not on.
This is different, surely.
I appreciate your position, but that's the way it is. Read the contract if you like. But there is another option, as I see it, to sell your share.
Oh, yeah, where does that leave me?
Do you need the money or don't you? Now, I've got a bloke who'd be interested if you are.
I see. Some mate you turned out to be.
None of this is doing the business much good.
I suppose not.
Be fair, Ken. Not my fault if your wife threw a screw loose.
What?
I mean, fancy thinking poor old Bert Warren could duff a flea, let alone rape someone.
That's enough. Get out of here.
You want to come down off that high horse? This family always was a bit too good to be true.
I said get out! God above help me.
Catherine Roberts?
Yes. Roberts? This is Jean Vernon, the Regional Services Officer.
Oh, yes? Mind if I sit down? Well, I'm sure you have that right. They tell me that you have a husband and daughter outside. I expect they must be feeling pretty low. Yes. I was wondering if you'd like me to go and see them. You're some sort of social worker, Miss Vernon, more or less. They shall survive, I think. I'm sure there must be other, far more deserving cases.